What is up guys, Kayn here, and in this video we're going to talk a little about how you can spend your Linari and what packs would you like to buy, or rather would need to buy if you were willing to spend money. Now in this game you have a lot of packs, so for example if we click this, there are 3 packs in here, one for the event, one for building rush called a catch-up bundle, another one for Linari and some materials. And if we go to another one, there is a, let's say, daily lucky Linari bundle. There is another limited deal, which I would deem one of the better ones that have ever appeared. We have a weekly set, which there's like 9, sometimes 10 things that you can buy. And we have a daily special deal, which you can get 60 Linari for $1 and also some materials for specific things. So, first things first. It depends on every person how much money they can spend in the game and how much money they will be willing to pay. So for example, if a person came to me and said, look, I can only spend like 30 to 40 bucks per month, right? So the first thing that I would tell him is you do not buy almost any packs, and the first thing that you are going to do is you're going to activate this first subscription for £4.50 or like $5, which will give you 3,000 Linari and also give you building queues, research queues, all those kinds of things. And these, let's say, building and research queues are probably one of the more important ones as the game goes forward and forward. The thing is, most kingdom roles or any other roles will be swapped from one person to another, and only you can hog those roles if you're on a new server or just on your first merge. Which means not many people will be able to hog specific roles as the time goes by. So these ones, you can ask for Magister 1 week, you can ask for Chancellor the next, and you can just keep queuing your buildings and research. And the further it goes, later on you may need even 2 weeks before you may need Magister again. So that is why this one is kind of good and kind of required as the game goes by. The next we have a second subscription, which is also what I deem more important than almost anything in this game. The thing is, you get 50 Linari every day, so if you play, I don't know, 1 year in this game, this is going to give you about 200 to like 250 bucks worth of Linari for just spending, I think, like 10 or 15 once. It's only one-time activation. Also, you get auto pillage and escort, which is like an auto quest system, which is a must-have, and I do mean insanely a must-have thing. Personally, I don't deem this game like very playable without an auto quester, because those quests are pretty boring, and this just cleans them all in one fell swoop. Like 2 minutes every morning, you just put your phone down, do auto quest, and they're all done. And then you have triple the speed for events, for dragons, for void. This triple speed does not work in PvP and it does not work on sieging, so the only thing it works on is the PvE content, which in some senses it's also a must-have if you're willing to save like 1 to 2 minutes every day from like dragon sieges or rather dragon attacks, all those kinds of things. So this is probably one of the first things that you want to buy if you're going to spend money in this game. If you want to join a new server and you want to spend money, this is the first thing you save for, if you're saving for, and you get this thing. And the other one is the third subscription, which is acting like a Google Play subscription kind of thing. It gives you more building queues, it gives you daily technology or rather research rush. Then you can train your troops faster by 20%, which makes it easier, faster, or even better to win 1 or 2 events where you may need troops. It really depends how you're willing to play the game and whether you like to, let's say, play the event. So the building and the research queues are the same as I explained in the first, let's say, subscription. Those are needed, and this is no exception as well. Now, before you say something, I am not sponsored or anything, and I'm not even a content creator for the game. More or less, just giving you tips and, let's say, guiding you if you want to spend money where it would be spent better. So, the subscriptions aside, there is one pack that you should buy daily if you're going to spend money, and this pack is called the Lucky Linari Bundle. Now, the thing for buying this is pretty simple. For $1, it gives you 60 Linari, and then it gives you 2 boxes from which you can get 60, 70, 80, or 100, 120, like 200, 500, and then 1000 Linari. Now, you're not going to get the latter ones, like the 500 or like the 1000 or whatever it has, because it's like 0.1 chance of getting them, or probably even lower. And I've never gotten them myself. But the reason for buying this is you have Linari as the currency, and if you use it properly, your account will grow very fast and it will grow very strong. So I can use a simple example as a ranking on the leaderboard, right? So I know this guy has been VIP 15 for quite a long time, and he had quit for a few days, then he came back, and then he spent probably even a couple of thousand more. And the thing is, he is kind of weak, and I can beat him with probably not losing any of my army versus like his. And as you can see, his core power is higher than mine, but almost everything on my account is better than his. So if we can see, like, this pack is $5, if probably converted to dollars or whatever. This pack is also $5. This pack is also $5, right? So compared to these 3 packs, this one would probably be the best one to buy. However, out of all these 3 packs, if we go on to here and then look at this pack here, it gives you Linari, it gives you almost the same amount of rush as the other pack just for the building rushes, but then it gives you 2 more boxes with varieties in here. So in this box you get a reward randomly, and well, it has some good stuff like a Divine Dragon Egg, like a +4 rune, 1 relic chest, or 15,000 Thurgic shards. So this box is not the one that we look forward to. However, this one, the custom box, is what we would be aiming at. And the reason for that is because of the new feature that recently came out. So from all of these rewards listed here, the only thing that is worth to pick up is that 13,000 Thurgic shards. And it can easily be explained. So if we go on to daily quests, now I'm not sure if I can click it, we get 35,000 Thurgic shards daily. Now it may look like to get this is still like expensive for $5, right? But keep in mind, you're getting 300 Linari, you're getting 12 hours build rush, and you're getting something else on top of that. So if we go on to here, we get 300 Linari, a chance to get some stuff from an event, which if we even go into the event right now, we can see that I have 2 of these left. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's check how much I need for the 5th. So for the 5th, I have 11% chance to get it. For 6th, I have 8%. So what would be better and more efficient to buy? So a chance to get something more, or I would just go here and get guaranteed rewards, guaranteed build rushes, and guaranteed Thurgic shards. Now, don't get me wrong, this is only good if the feature is new. So if we go on to the thing itself, right? So I already have a few relics. I have some relics on rank 2, but I have not upgraded them above level 10. The reason for that is they cost 14,000. So if we go to a random new one, it costs 8,000 just for level 1 to level 2, and that adds 0.5% troop max HP. And this is for the epic. So if we go to another, one level adds 0.75% of a hero's attack for 8,300, right? So for 30,000 Thurgic shards, I can upgrade this, I think, 4 times. So that will be 2% of the troop's max HP. So if we go to another like this, Dragon's Attack, I can still upgrade this 4 times. Dragon Attack will be increased by 4%. So this is the same as upgrading, let's say, 2 runestones in your temples from +3 to +4, or from +4 to +5. I think it's from +4 to +5. Yeah, so 8%. Yeah, so from +4 to +5. And those percentages get to really, really high. So again, if we go on to here, I have already one with increased troop attack 6.5. I have one which increases hero's attack by almost 10%. I have another which increases troops max HP by 6.5. So that feature makes it so that this pack is probably the best pack that you can buy at the very moment. However, that is only if you're willing to go above like $40 per month, because this pack here, the Lucky Linari bundle, is still the best pack that you want to get. And now we have been going to this point from the beginning, and now the reasons for doing so. Like I said, you're getting Linari, so for $1, usually you will be getting 200 to 350 Linari per day, just for $1. And in a week, that can roughly be 2,000 Linari, right? So if you count it in a month, that is about 8,000 Linari for $30. So what does 8,000 Linari do to you? Now, I am not sure if I will have pictures from the previous events of, let's say, Lucky Wheel, Golden Game Board, and Finders Keepers. But if I will find those pictures, I will put them on screen in various intervals. So to explain Golden Game Board, right? I think the Golden Game Board event where you should, and I mean you should, save Linari and spend 23,000 Linari, I think that's the rough estimate, every month in that event to get a True Prism. Now, what does the True Prism do? So a True Prism can be a True Emerald, can be True Ruby, it can be a True Amethyst. So on my account, I have 2 True Emeralds, I have 3 True Rubies, 1 True Amethyst. And that equals to 6. And I have participated in, I think, all of those Golden Game Boards except one of them at the very beginning of the realm, because I did not have enough Linari. Now, the thing is, with this Linari, you are getting a lot of events where you can spend them, you're getting a lot of useless events where you can spend them. And a lot of people fall into that trap, and then their account is so weak that almost anyone can beat them. So again, if we go onto the rankings and we check the people, so going from the top, whenever I met this guy, he had 0 True Prisms. He didn't even have any Fine Prisms, which means his account was so weak that the only reason he ever won anything was because his army was higher tier than anyone else's. And he still doesn't have a decent dragon, so I think whenever I assisted him, I made his dragon good, but for some reason somebody just put this yellow skill over an ultimate ability of his dragon, which was the Noble Blood. So most of the skills on this dragon right now are more or less really not that good. Like, this dragon is probably pretty useless, at least in my eyes. His Draconic is pretty decent, and he started upgrading like the, let's say, talents, but honestly, on an account that has no prisms, that has a bad dragon, his heroes are not good, it's very hard to say how far can a person go without properly spending money if you are spending money. And I think he has spent like 3 or 4 times more than me, and I will not lose a single troop fighting him, which pretty much says it how you should be playing your account or spending your Linari. Now, I've met Sarah, but she recently changed the name because I called her a baka once, and whenever I met her and I also asked around what she needed, what she had, she also had no true prisms because she bought, let's say, a few packs that weren't worth it. She was spending Linari on events that wasn't worth it. So it doesn't mean that I am blaming or shaming these people, right? I've already asked them and they both said that they are new in this game, and this is the reason why I am making this video. A lot of people are new in this game and they don't know how to play it or what to focus on, and not many videos are out there to what people can actually focus on, what to buy, what to get, how to spend your Linari. So, the first event you have to focus on all the time, 24,000 Linari saving from zero. If you don't have any Linari, you're saving from the day even as you see this video. It doesn't matter what event is coming out. It doesn't matter if you, let's say, want the skin that will be coming out in the lucky wheel. If you want your account to be strong, you have to get prisms, and prisms is what will make your field stronger in terms of army, in terms of dragon, in terms of your heroes. There is no other exception, and in that event, if you get a level 7 prism, if you get 125 pulls, you get so many rewards just for free for spending that amount of Linari that true prism just feels like it came to you for free, on top of like a million other rewards. And every time I reach a golden game board, I'm increasing my account by like 200 to like 300 core power because of the amount of materials I receive, and I break through some stuff because of that. The second event that you want to spend your Linari on is, as I mentioned before, Lucky Wheel. So I would not deem Lucky Wheel as the important event for new players or mid players. Yes, you need runestones, and the Lucky Wheel can provide a lot of runestones and high level runestones, but even if you get a +5 runestone, even if you get a +6 runestone, it does not guarantee that you're going to get a useful runestone. So if you get a +6, you can be, wow dude, I got a +6, it's insane. And then you get something like friggin' Garrison Defense, and then you're like, dude, frick, I spent like 24,000 Linari, and the only thing I got was like a +6 runestone and like the other freebies that I pulled for, and they don't even pay you whatever you have spent, which was 24,000 Linari, instead of keeping it for golden game board. And be sure that you're upgrading your account higher and higher. And this is the thing. The golden game board gives you a thing that you can swap with a few heroes even. So if I can give you example, we can just go to my Vega and I have Heroic Alliance, which is a buff to like friendly units, dragons, heroes, whatever. I can go into the shards, and if I decide this skill is bad and I don't need it, so if I go to the array overview, I will find another set that I want, for example, Spirit Fracture, right? I can just swap it to that. So if I don't like one of this skill, I can swap it to another, but still my formation or field will remain decent power because these true emerald or true ruby or true amethyst skills are insane. They make heroes, army, dragons, they make all of them insane. And also they increase the level of that and they provide you with more stats as well. Not only just like a % chance. So keep that in mind. Your first priority is the golden game board, your second priority is the lucky wheel, and then your third priority is the Finders Keepers event. And it all comes down to, let's say, buying this, the Lucky Linari bundle, because you're getting about 8,000 Linari per month for 30 bucks, instead of like going to the next pack, like let's say this, you're spending 5 bucks for 300, and you can multiply that by 6 times, right? So that will be almost 2,000 Linari and a few rewards. And those rewards, again, it depends at what time you're buying them. So relics, again, relics are an overpowered, let's say, feature. So at the moment, I would deem this pack very efficient just for getting those 30,000 Thurgic shards. However, in the future, when we have upgraded that, let's say, feature by a lot, or we get more places where we can get those Thurgic shards, this pack will lose a lot of its value, and then the daily Lucky Linari bundle will be back on the top. And again, that is why getting 8,000 Linari is important. So if you're playing events in here, you're getting a lot of Linari, you're getting another 8,000 Linari plus like another 3,000 from, let's say, this patron, and another 1,500 from lifetime patron, right? So that is a total of 12,500 Linari. So that is like 12,500 Linari per month just for like 40 bucks or 35 bucks per month. And that is quite good because those true prisms in most eyes are worth like 300 bucks. Now, why did I place that price? So if we go on to almost any packs and you want to achieve this true prism, right? A lot of people want true prisms and they want them right now. And every time I tell them, dude, like it's going to cost you 500 bucks up to like 3,000 to get them. And they're like, man, it's not that high. And I'm like, dude, it's luck based. Some people can get it from 20 boxes and other people cannot get frick all from 200. And like for 5 bucks, you can get 3 rare prism chests, right? And that is the thing. Like you will spend 300 bucks here and you're going to get like 100, 150 of these rare prism boxes, and you're not going to get anything highly likely. But if you save your Linari and you use it during the golden game boards, you're going to get a true prism guaranteed. You're going to get 120 rare prism chests, or like 100 per day for 2 days. So that's over 200 rare prism chests just for spending 23 or 24,000 Linari. So on top of that, you have a lot more chances to get more true prisms for spending 30 to 35 bucks a month, comparing to spending like friggin' 300 just to get the same true prism. Now you can see the difference in like packs, the difference in where you need to spend your money, right? And I've used this feature because this feature is very important for the growth of your account. Now, a lot of people will have a lot of opinions and whatever, but I can just show you a simple example. So let's go to my Basric, right? So if we go on to here, my Basric has 200,000 attack, right? And I am using a true Ruby on him called Devastating Strike, which does additional true damage equivalent to 1% of the target has lost. So he had 200,000 prior to this, and now he has 835,000. So I have lost 33 or more percent just because I took his prism off, right? So these prisms make heroes just go berserk. I can say the same for like Nora. So if we go on to the Nora's prism, right? Draconic Storm, without this prism being level 7 or level 8, Nora does nothing on your field, literally 0. If you put this on her, she is blasting the front line and even back line to like, I don't know, the next dimension or whatever. She's like almost the highest damage dealer in this game just with this prism set. That is why I said they are very important. So you cannot skip this, and that is why I had to even cover this for like 5 to 10 minutes. Some people don't realize that this prism or prisms are insanely overpowered, and the more you have, the better it is for your formation. So back to Finders Keepers. What does the Finders Keepers do to you? And the Finders Keepers gives you a dragon skill. It doesn't give you a lot of rewards, and most of those rewards are really ass. And by ass, I mean they're literally useless. And by useless, I mean that whole event is not worth it for the amount of Linari that you spend. The only reason it's worth is if you get the skill for your dragon. Now this is my dragon, and the skill I chose was Blessed Dragon Skill Heart. This is the most overpowered skill in this game, and it makes your dragon insanely tanky to the point that in the early servers nobody can kill your dragon if you have this. Some dragons will just solo entire enemy formations just by having this. And I do mean solo, like if your entire army dies and you have a red dragon or a black dragon, your dragon is not going to die. And I do mean it's not going to die. Sometimes it costs me half of my field just to kill someone else's dragon just with this skill. It's not as effective as the realm goes by because a lot more buffs, a lot more attacks on the archers, and the hits become a lot higher. So eventually, the dragon dies, but the hits are a lot weaker on the early game, and even just the crit and crit damage and like the evasion or damage reduction, they just reduce that damage insanely. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Probably was like 20 minutes, but sometimes these things take quite a long time to explain. And in this game has a lot of features, it has a lot of shops, it has a lot of packs, it has a lot of things that a lot of new players or returning players can get confused and can think that this is good, but in general it can be very bad or not efficient. So I'm going to make my channel in teaching players how to do specific things, how to play specific events, and how to spend what you have. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay safe out there.